Hello, stay tuned with daily news from Marjayat TV. Daily meetings of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The prominent Shia Islamic jurist Grand Ayatollah Shirazi hosts large numbers of religious scholars, seminary teachers and students, religious experts, political figures, civil rights activists, academics and public groups of people on a daily basis at a central office in Holy Qom. In these meetings, the visitors give reports on their activities and listen to the guidelines and advices of the Grand Jurist. The central office of the Grand Jurist hosts public visitors every day until noon prayers. Young Shias from Kuwait meet Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. A group of young Shia religious activists from Kuwait visited the Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi at his central office in Holy Qom, Iran. Upon their arrival, these visitors were welcomed by the Grand Jurist, who congratulated them for having the chance to serve the memorials of Imam Husain, peace be upon him. His Eminence further recommended the youth to treasure every moment of their lives and said, "Our lives in this world are a one-time offer and won't repeat. No one will ever be given the chance to live twice." The Grand Ayatollah Shirazi explained that one's position in the afterlife is totally dependent on their actions in this world, and then remarked, "Anyone's position and status in the life after death is measured by their actions in their worldly lives." Then the Grand Jurist addressed the youth at this meeting and said, "Each and every one of you will have a varying degree in the afterlife. Some of you will enjoy higher places and some other will be in lower positions. This whole is dependent on three things: the purity of your intentions in serving God and the Ahlul Bayt, your status of being proactive in your activities, and lastly, the quality of your dealings with people around you." Toward the end of this meeting, the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi asked the Kuwaiti religious activists to invite other Shia youths to the memorials of Imam Husain and said, "Almighty God has given all of you the honor to serve the Ahlul Bayt, but there are still many other young people who are deprived of this honor. It is your responsibility to invite these young people to these memorials and share this great honor with them." The young religious activist from Kuwait also met with Sayyid Husain Shirazi, the Grand Jurist's son, and listened to his remarks as well. Delegates of Annaba and Al-Mustaqbal institutes visit Embassy of South Korea in Iraq. In response to an invitation from the Embassy of South Korea in Iraq, some delegates of Annaba Culture and Media Institute, as well as delegates from Al-Mustaqbal Center for Strategic Studies, visited the South Korean Embassy in Baghdad on last Tuesday. In this meeting, Sung Bam-shin, the deputy of the South Korean mission in Iraq, said, "We know that you help the decision makers in your country to come up with constructive policies and strategies. We appreciate your efforts and treasure your relationship with foreign embassies." He further added, "There are many similarities between South Korea and Iraq, both in their historical background and their rules to fight dictatorship. Iraq has a great potential and a large pool of bright minds who can push this country towards the right direction." The deputy of the South Korean mission also said, "It is really upsetting to see Iraq struggling with foreign powers, but I still believe that these struggles will end in Iraq's victory. South Korea is ready to end its assistance to Iraq at any time and will try to establish connections with cultural and social foundations of Iraq." In this meeting, Mr. Adnan As-Salahi, the director of Al-Mustaqbal Center, said, "There are positive and constructive collaborations between the two sides in benefiting from the experiences of other countries. I hope these collaborations continues." Also, Mr. Ali Al-Talakani, the director of Annaba Culture and Media Institute, said, "In this meeting, both sides talked about the economic cooperation between the two countries of Iraq and South Korea." First round of works by Misbah Al-Husain Institute begins in Iraq. Misbah Al-Husain Culture Institute, dependent to the office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala, started its first round of cultural works in winter in Iraq. This charitable institution distributed 6,000 set of winter clothes, as well as school bags and electric heaters among the orphan families and the families of the Iraqi martyrs. Misbah Al-Husain Institute is dependent to the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi's office and runs charitable works all across Iraq.